Welcome to BaldHeaded Metal, guys, and welcome back to another reaction. This time around, it's actually for a band that reached out themselves here from New York and Brooklyn by the name of One of the Last with their song Survivor. They jokingly said we have the best lyrical video, the most metal lyrical video you'll ever see. And it's a hybrid from what I understand of like thrash metal and some metalcore and some other elements just kind of plugged in there together. And you know what? I love discovering new bands that perhaps many people have never heard about. So I want to give it a shot and see what it's all about. But if you're new to this channel, I express myself 100% how I feel. If I don't like something, I'm going to say it. I'll try to be respectful and kind of explain the way I feel. But if I enjoy it, yeah, I enjoy it, and you'll see it in my face. That being said, let's get into the reaction. Let's see what we got. Well, I enjoy the animals, and I have a cat, and I love wolves and dogs, so I'm all for it already.
Just let you go. Just the way it has been when you were still around.
You know, I automatically thought of Lamb of God because I think Lamb of God was really the first big band in the 2000s that took that metalcore sound and put the thrash spin on it that people were forced to kind of be like, man, they're for real. They're the real deal. Because I think, generally speaking, in the beginning, metalcore was kind of shunned by metal elitists, and I was actually one of them. And as the time went by, I kind of started seeing the addictive nature and the value of metalcore. I think metalcore was able to do what new metal never did, in my opinion, is to capture music in a catchy, more commercial kind of a way that's fun and interesting and has good music like As I Lay Dying and things of the sort, but at the same time keep its raw edge of heavy metal. And I think new metal got the commercial success, but for sure most new metal bands, Korn, even System of the Down, all these other bands, they weren't as raw edged. I think System of the Down, I correct myself, was quite raw, but for the most part, Limp Bizkit, Korn, all these other bands, POD, they weren't able to get that. They were a lot more commercial than they were that true metal sound.
You were my saving grace with a look of hope upon your face. Screaming, no, don't let it go. You're the first of the fallen. No, it's time to go. But I'm a born survivor. But I'm a born survivor.
I can't tell if the music video, obviously it's a little bit cheeky with its lyrics, and at least if we're taking the lyric video in any way, shape, or form seriously, it's this kind of idea of animals talking to you, or perhaps you're talking to the animals and the thing that they provide for you, that comfort that animals provide, or perhaps it's some kind of environmental. So I can't really tell, to be honest, because even from their email, the way we interact with one another, and obviously it's very. There's a layer of sarcasm, and perhaps there's also a layer of them actually being serious.
Stay strong. These are the words I live by. Just hold on. Now life is changing for me. When you were not around, walls are falling down. But when times get tough,
You know, I'm listening to this song, in all honesty, there's a lot of good elements and promise in this band. I like a lot of the melodies and riffing that's going on. But for example, the chorus, personally speaking, I'm not very much connecting with. There's an element with this band for me personally, what I've heard so far in the almost 3 minutes. There's some elements that are a little bit more. I'm trying to find a better word than cliche, but stereotypical of the genre, and like it kind of reminded me of a much better version of Attack Attack and Strictly Strictly. Uh, that they're able to write music, but I think they're also growing in their ability to write music. You know, because as bands kind of grow and create their first, second EPs, and then albums, they're really expanding their songwriting. It's something I had the conversation with Joe from Evil Invaders. I got to chat with him. Something he talked about his own music. He felt he brought it to a new level as he got better with the time, that they just naturally get better because they practice so much. And here there's certain elements. I don't know if they want to be a little bit different, or they just kind of write music the way that they write music, and this is what came out. But I feel like there needs to be also some level of evolution in their songwriting to make it more cohesive. Because I think the bridges and the main parts of the song, they have nice elements, but the chorus feels almost like a different song. I don't know how to explain it. I want to keep listening to it. Perhaps maybe I'll be able to verbalize it a little bit better. Yeah, see that last part of the song I really enjoyed. They have I understand why they said hybrid, because it's not a pure thrash metal, it's not pure core or metalcore song, but they blend the two elements very nicely. There's a certain melody to the song that I think is interesting. And especially that kind of outro or breakdown-ish part, which I think they kind of purposely avoided to make it a full-on breakdown to maintain their own kind of unique sound. And all besides, I think breakdowns at this point for many people, they kind of got tired of them. Some people still enjoy them, but the idea here for me is there's definite potential in the band, and there's definite skill and interest, and even in songwriting, there's very interesting moments going on. But something feels off at the same time. I can't logically point my finger to it, and overall, I would say I enjoyed it, and I would want to hear more to really get a better idea of this band. But at the same time, again, if I'm being honest, I didn't come away thrilled or like, whoa, what did I just hear? And it's a feeling that I search for in music, that usually, for me personally, it signifies that something is I need to pay attention to, and I have to put my mindset on. The last time I got that was Evil Invaders. I heard Sledgehammer of Justice, and just that kind of 80s vibe, the music video that they've created, the skills and display, the callbacks to all these bands. I heard one song, like, I need to go back to the... I couldn't wait to do any more reactions. I'm like, I need to go and hear it. I had this overwhelming feeling. And it sometimes it will happen for one person, doesn't happen for another person, because it's a matter of taste. Perhaps there's going to be somebody down in the comments that will actually say, I love it the way it is right now. Sorry about that. But you also see it's a band, I don't want to say in their infancy, but in their beginning. And they are going to grow, and they will expand if they keep going at it. So I'll be there for that ride to see how they expand, how they change. Because then there's other bands where I just don't connect with, whether they're good or not, or Ginger, for example. Unless I was hearing their metalcore days, I'm really just not connecting with the band, and they're technically super proficient, you know. So at least you know where I'm kind of coming from with this mindset. And you guys from one of the last are checking out this reaction. You kind of see also my at least my where my mind state of mind is, and how I view this one song. Of course, it's not the whole band; it's just one song. And perhaps there's other songs that I like more. Maybe there's other songs I won't like at all. Who knows? You just don't know. I know not to judge a band fully on one song. I know that for sure. I just have either interest to check out more, or I don't have interest. With that being said, I would love to hear from you guys as well who are checking it out with me. What did you think of it? What do you think are the strengths of the song, the weaknesses of the song, and how do you feel about it overall? And guys, make sure to enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe out there, and most of all, keep it metal.